So welcome to my video today. My name is Nicola from Kindle, and today I'm talking to another one of my guest speakers at RAW, which is my This Is Me Day Retreat 2020, which is happening next week, Saturday the 7th of March in Odiham, Hampshire. So welcome, Richard. Thank you so much for joining me today. Would you just like to tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Hi, Nicola. Yeah, thanks, and thanks for welcoming me onto your platform. Nicola's invited me to come and run a drum circle as part of her day. Really excited to do that. Basically, I'm a full-time facilitator and events organizer, and I've been running drum circles for maybe 15 years now. It sort of all began when I was in my sort of mid-20s, and I got really into like the practice of drumming and yoga and Tai Chi and dance, and realized straight off like the creativity and the well-being benefits and the sense of community and just all the sort of great things that these sort of activities can bring to my life and to others. So straight away I was sort of immersed myself into this work for my own experience, and then quite naturally just got into sort of facilitating and teaching and running my own events. I'm based in Southampton, and it was a little platform for me here to sort of start running workshops and little local level things. And over the years, that has sort of developed into me running sort of festivals and large community camps and just big events, working at different big events, teaching internationally. So it's really interesting. I just started playing a drum. I went through, did formal education, university, got into drumming, and then that became my career, strangely. So, but also something I never look back to.
That's fantastic, really exciting.
Yeah, it's been a great journey. It's taught me a lot about myself, and I love, for me, I just love the most is just bringing this work to people and seeing the benefits it brings to them, or what it opens up for them, or just how it inspires them to make changes in their lives so that they feel more confident in themselves, connecting more with their strength, with their power, knowing that, we need to find this sort of balance of what we do out in the world to what we take care of inside and in ourselves. So, nurturing ourselves as much as what we offer out in the external world. This balance of life is sort of paramount to my work. So,
and your words resonate with me so much, which is why when we first started chatting last year, there was a true connection in terms of you totally got what we're trying to achieve at RAW, which is, that sense of, really unleashing and understanding what your courage is and how you can have more power in yourself to live that fulfilled and that life that's on purpose. So I can't tell you how excited, and I know from those that are coming, they know how excited I am for this session. But for those that perhaps haven't experienced a drum circle before, like myself, could you give us a little bit of an inkling about what that's going to involve?
Yeah, okay, I'll try and give you the best image I can. So drum circle, as it is, basically a bunch of people drumming in a circle. So we'll be sat in a circle together. I'll be bringing lots of instruments for everyone to play. I can show you a little bit of that. I've got a few of them out with me. So this is a kind of a classic African hand drum. It's called a djembe. Some of you might have seen these before or sort of bumped into them at various festivals and things. It's a hand drum. There's a few sounds, and everyone will get one of these. Or we have some other types of sort of bigger bassy drums, which we play with beaters. Plus we'll have a range of percussion instruments, from shakers to bits of wood that we hit with sticks. It's all kind of basic and primal, but it's all about basically accessing rhythm and ways to bring ourselves into a sense of togetherness as we make music. So it's not just making music, it's about co-creating music as a group. And the way, a lot of people will always say to me like, oh, I don't have rhythm. I don't play music. I don't feel like I have like a creative side to me or whatever. I didn't come from a creative upbringing or anything like that. But, what I'll always say is just come and give it a go. Because trust me, I've never run a session where I haven't found someone being able to access this kind of work, because it touches into something that we all have inside of us. We all have kind of creative aspects to ourselves. We all have rhythmical capabilities, but it's how we access that is where the difficulty is. So my role as the facilitator is to help you access that. So if you have any sort of doubts around anything to do with rhythm or creativity, then this is a great opportunity to kind of explore that. And those of you who feel totally up for it, just come along and have a laugh. You know, it's easy on all levels.
Brilliant. And thank you for that reassurance, because I think that's really important to know. You know, you don't need to bring anything with you. You don't need to have had any previous experience in this, or like you said, and that's the whole purpose of this session. Is it's an opportunity to unleash that creativity and find your own rhythm. It's not about comparing yourself or sitting next to the person next to you thinking, I've got to do exactly the same. You're totally going to support us and look after us through that whole process so that we can just relax into the session.
Yeah. We have a lot of kind of, I almost see we have a lot of conditioning around performance culture in our society, and it's really great. And you know, and all these kind of programs like X Factor, they're really good fun, and you know, I'm not saying anything against that, but it's also really important to feel and access kind of what I call like just community music making, which is the other side of the spectrum, where it's not about performance, it's not about being the best, it's about doing it together and just being creative and having fun. So, you know, we're going to be playing a lot with that. And a couple of the other things I sort of wanted to mention today around, you know, what's so great about, what I find what's so great about drumming and rhythm is the aspect of accessing rhythm. Now, we are all rhythmical beings. We live in a rhythmical planet. Life is a rhythm. And something about when we connect with rhythm, we connect ourselves back into something that feels fundamental and natural in life. You know, sometimes we feel like we need to get out in nature and go for a walk to unwind and de-stress. It's kind of the same effect. You know, there's something about getting in touch with something that's sort of bigger than ourselves, something that, you know, you sort of, you know, you take in a vast landscape or a sunrise or a sunset, you know, it somehow opens something in ourselves. And any kind of access to something like drumming and rhythm kind of does a similar thing. So we're going to like hopefully have that sort of experience when we come together next week. So.
Brilliant. Well, you can see from my face, I am uber excited about this experience. And, you know, again, the other thing is that this is a real treat for some people. This is something that people would never have thought about doing or had access to. So it's a real opportunity to just come and be in that incredibly beautiful space that is the barn for the day, and just immerse yourself in time to connect with yourself. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you're sat here watching this now and thinking, oh, do you know what? I really love the sound of that. Get in touch. There are just a couple of tickets left now for Raw next Saturday, 7th of March, at the beautiful barn at the Mill House in Odiham, Hampshire. The details will be in the comments below. But thank you again for joining me. I can't wait to meet you next week and to enjoy this experience. So
thank you, Nicola.
I'll speak to you soon. Okay, take care now. Bye.